So this will be a little introduction to what our Children's Museum is all about and really the impact of children's museums in general. I've spent my entire career in children's museums and I love it. It keeps me a kid at heart, and we get to do different things every day and really cool events that, you know, I don't know where you get to do these things that we do anywhere else, such as skateboarding for a day, and I'll go more into these things, but I love my job. I got my undergraduate degree in child development from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. During that time, I actually worked part-time in a children's museum, so that's how I got my foot in the door, and I haven't left it since. I started with Discovery Place in Charlotte. Has anyone ever been to that location? A lot of you are saying yes, so that's actually where I started. And then I came here about 1.5 years ago, where I was recently promoted to Director of Programming. So that's a little bit about my background. And what I do, it's so hard to put my job on paper, and I'm sure a lot of you feel that way. But as it relates to STEAM programming, these are the things I really wanted to touch base with. I oversee the entire programming department, so that includes anything we do educationally, as well as volunteers, birthday parties, school visits. It's all under the programming department. My favorite part of this is the training, because I get to bring really cool STEAM-based professionals in to train my staff. So next week I actually have STEAM tech teams coming in to teach my staff how to use quadcopters, 3D printing, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. But with my staff, they come from a range of backgrounds, so it's really important that I get this all-encompassing training for them. Day-to-day programs, we do a lot of STEAM-based demonstrations, weekend programs. If you walked in this way, you saw that we're building an exhibit right now. We change that area about every 3 to 4 months, so we always change our programs depending on that exhibit. So the one being built right now is called Science Plus You, and it's all about the science of our bodies. So a lot of our programming is actually going to relate to the science of the human body, the science of health and nutrition. And then our fee-based programs, summer camps, we do a lot of STEAM-based summer camps, out-of-school camps. In the fall, we have chemistry camps coming up for fall break, and that is because that week falls during National Chemistry Week, so it's a perfect tie-in for us. We do a lot of STEAM-based scout workshops. We do overnights. A big one that we really help with is helping scouts meet their naturalist badge. So if you know any scouts, that's one we're having coming up in November. Girl Scouts will actually be able to spend the night and get their badges for their naturalist badge. So we do a lot with scouts and after-school programs. Our biggest after-school program is Junior Lego League and Lego League, and I'll go over more of that soon. We do a lot of special events, member previews. I just mentioned the exhibit that's being built. On this Friday night, we're actually having a member preview for that exhibit. So that Friday night, I contacted medical students who will actually be coming in and developing programs for the opening of that exhibit. So that's a really great way that we've been able to work with college students. Let's see. And of course, working with exhibits and the marketing team to create exhibit content. We're always assessing guest feedback, surveys, observational data, attendance tracking, community outreach. We do a lot with the Greenville Drive. Often we go to their location and have science demos. We'll be part of the Swamp Rabbits Education Day. The home run for healthy kids with Junior League, that's something that we're going to do next month. So we do a lot with our community. Obviously working with development, because we couldn't do the awesome things we do without the funding that we get from our great sponsors. And then working with marketing to make sure we can get the word out. So that's a little bit about what I do, putting it on paper. Let's see. So a little bit about children's museums in general. This has been updated, but these numbers I know are true, so I'm using this information. More than 30 million children and families annually visited children's museums in 2007. Clearly that has increased since then, but this is the most reliable data to date, so I'm just going to use this number. And this kind of shows you the expansion over the years. There are about 70 children's museums being built right now and they're in the works, so it's becoming very, very popular. 81% of ACM museums, which is the Association of Children's Museums, have dedicated early childhood exhibits, which is really important for STEAM programming, that we're getting kids in the door and part of these STEAM experiences early on. 35% have an outdoor exhibit. I'm sure when you were walking in, you saw Bibbs World outside. That is one of our newest exhibits, sponsored by Michelin. 49% run after school programs. We run our junior league and our Lego league. And 60% develop curriculum materials. 70% provide school outreach. We do a lot with schools coming here, but we also go out into schools, which I will talk about a little bit more. And just a little bit of information, the largest children's museum is the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Has anyone been there? That one's huge. It's very easy to get lost in there, which is a total of 433,000 square feet. So very, very big. And the oldest is the Brooklyn Children's Museum, which opened in 1899. So we've been around for over 100 years. So like I said, Lego League is one of our most popular programs. Our robotics team, which is for ages 10 to 14, actually has made it to state the past 2 years. But it's a really, really great program because not only do they learn how to code robots, but they're also working together on a real life mission. So this year their mission is to learn how to work better with animals. Last year their mission was to learn more about recycling. So each year there's a mission for them that has a real life application. So it's been a really, really great program for us. And then again, we have Saturday events where they're free with admission, so we try to get as much of the public in as possible. You can see Mess Fest pictures, anything with messy science, Build It Day, giving them boxes. We know kids love boxes, so it doesn't take much there. We bring a lot of vendors in who can do 3D printing with our kids. So these are some of the annual programs that we do every year. And these are a little bit more. Last year we did a winter hockey workshop with the Swamp Rabbits. So they actually taught kids about the science of hockey and the angles of hockey sticks and how to make the puck go fast. So that was a really cool program. We do a lot of artisan residencies. When we had our Hello from Japan exhibit, Yoshiko Moon did everything with kids from tie-dyeing to bamboo painting to calligraphy. And Sonora Lynch, who was a Native American potter, actually came in and taught kids about using clay and why some clay was better to use than other clay based on where they found it. And like I said, we do a lot of Girl Scout overnights, mostly STEAM related, all about nature and science. And this is when the Swamp Rabbits were here. You can see them trying on their equipment. And there are a lot of ways that we do involve everyone at TCMU. With our Fund a Family program, we've had over 7,000 free museum visits for children and their families. We give tickets to organizations that help families, and they give the tickets to the families. So that's been a really popular program. We were just funded by Duke Energy to bring our electricity programs out to schools. So we're really excited about bringing those to Title I schools. Create a Skate, we had a really cool event last year called In a Skate. And we were actually able to bring in Dr. Paul Schmidt, who was able to help children who in foster care make their own skateboards. So that was a really cool program that we did. You can see a picture right here of them sanding down their skateboards. Fostering celebrations, we do monthly parties for children in foster care. And finances for the family. We work with Greenville County to actually bring adults here to do finance workshops, while the team here does workshops with our children. So that's another way that we've been really able to make an impact on the community. And these are just continuing projects so you can see what we're doing with our STEAM-based learning. My Sky Tonight workshops are all about teaching preschoolers about astronomy. Building with Biology is all about teaching the public and basically any kind of scientist about synthetic biology. So these are two projects that we're working on this year. And this just goes into why the Children's Museum is so important. The brain is so uniquely organized that every child learns STEM principles differently, and at the museum they can play as they are. It doesn't matter if they have special needs or are typically developing, they really come here as they are. The brain is continually growing, so intelligence is not fixed, so we know we make an impact here. We know that we compare positive emotions with learning because everyone is happy to be here and they're learning. And they need to be immersed in hands-on, real-life, and meaningful experiences. So that's all I have. Yeah. Thank you.